Hello and welcome to another edition of Tuesday's Tips and Tactics, Inbound Marketing in 10 minutes or less. My name is Chad Pollitt. I am the Director of Inbound Marketing here at Kuno Creative. And today we're going to look at 5 search metrics that truly matter. One of the things that we've been blogging about a lot here at Kuno recently is that SEO keeps changing, and it's been changing dramatically here in the last 3 years. And with those changes, there hasn't been a lot of changes in the analytics or the search metrics that we use to measure success, and that just doesn't seem right to me. So as a result, here at Kuno, we've devised some new metrics that you may or may not be tracking, metrics that may or may not be in your particular analytics program, that you may need to pull out and crunch a little bit of data in a spreadsheet to track. But I put 5 of those groups of analytics and metrics together to present to you today on things that really matter when it comes to search engine optimization and analytics. So the first search metric that I want to talk about is the number of keywords driving traffic, conversions, and customers. Okay, and depending on how robust your sales funnel is, you may have opportunities listed in there. Maybe you measure opportunities, or maybe you have 4 different quadrants in your sales funnel, and you want to measure each level in there in the sales funnel. That's okay. This is how we do it, and this works for us, but yours may be a little different. Now, the reason I track the number of keywords driving these particular items is because there's 2 ways to do search engine optimization. Okay, the end result of search engine optimization really is to increase your visibility via a website. Well, you can do that by making your website rank number 1 for a particular set or family of keyword phrases. But you can also do it by maximizing the number of keywords that drive traffic. Okay, so it's often forgotten that you can do it that way, but because of that, I want to track it, and I want to track the conversions that come out of that and customers as well. And this is what it might look like. Now you can see I'm not an Excel wizard by no means, so you can see I ran this from really from right to left rather than left to right, but that's okay. We can still see the trend. And the way I broke up the number of keywords driving traffic is by combining known and unknown words, the total number of known words, and the total number of unknown keywords, and tracking that over time. And of course, you want to do that with your leads or your conversions as well as your customers. So the next item that I want to talk about when it comes to search engine optimization metrics is the number of branded or non-branded keywords that drive those 3 items that I mentioned before: traffic, leads, and customers. Okay, the reason I want to separate branded and non-branded is simple. The fact of the matter is that your branded keywords are probably going to convert at a 3 to 3.5% range from organic search, and that your non-branded keyword phrases will probably convert at right around 1%. So it's very, very important for efficiency to separate those and track them in a unique way. That way you can leverage maybe some of your outbound campaigns like television or radio advertising or a newspaper ad or whatever it is you're doing. You'll be able to see spikes in things like branded traffic. And non-branded traffic actually could signal several things. If there's a big spike in non-branded traffic, it could mean that one of your SEO campaigns going after targeting a specific family of keyword phrases is successful, and it just hits in, say, May, for example, with this graph here of one of our clients. Maybe it hit that month, and that's why you see a big spike. Or maybe you wrote a blog post that was a big hit for Google, and Google ranked it really high for particular keyword phrases. But anyways, the point is you want to separate those and track them that way. Now, one thing you can do with branded visits is you can divide that up even more. You could divide it up based on branded products and or services. You can divide it up based on your company name and variations of your company name. You could also do that with your executives' names as well. If they have a robust presence, say on social media, there's probably some significant search traffic for them as well. Now the next group of metrics I want to talk about really focuses around unknown keyword phrases. So I want to track the percentage of unknown keywords that drives traffic to my website. Now the reason this is important is because the higher your ratio, really the more blind you are. That's more hidden data that you don't have. So if 70% of your keyword phrases are unknown, you're making decisions based on 30% of the data that's known. You have to take into account the data from the unknown keyword phrases. You have to make the right appropriate decision. Now, if the percentage of unknown is low, then it's not such a big deal. But you'll still want to look at spikes or depreciating trends over time. Now, I also want to look at the number of the amount of traffic, conversions, and customers from unknown keyword phrases as well. And here's an example from one of our clients where I've graphed out their percent of keywords that are unknown over time. And you can see it grows, or it has grown over time. And it's very, very important that we account for this when we make decisions for search engine optimization. Now the next search metrics, or the next group of search metrics I want to talk about, is your ratios. So I really want to know the relationship between visits and conversions, and I want to know the relationship based on what's known, unknown, branded, and non-branded. So I develop those ratios, and I want to see how they relate to conversions and customers, and even visits to customers, because those ratios and those trends over time are a measure of how successful our campaigns are. And here's some data that I've tracked for a particular client. Now, this can all be graphed, and I do recommend graphing this, putting it in a chart. But this gives you an idea over time what is trending up or what is trending down. Well, that concludes my search metrics that count. What I want to do now is share with you a download that we created here at Kuno Creative. It is free. It's very, very valuable. In this, we have 18 white hat natural ways to build links to help your SEO. You can just go to Facebook. You can download that. You'll see it. Click on the Resources tab on the Kuno Creative Facebook page. Well, folks, that concludes this week's edition of Tuesday's Tips and Tactics, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks.